Good morning. Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, June 1st, 2018. And it's a little cloudy here in San Antonio. Now I'm on my early morning walk. I woke up very early this morning, 5:40, and did my exercises before getting up out of bed, and that was good. Worked on my abdominals, and today I wanted to share with you some thoughts about paired kidney exchange or the kidney swap program to save more lives. So essentially, in living kidney donation surgeries, there are two main ways of having the transplants done. One is the direct match, where the recipient of the kidney and the donor are perfectly matched in terms of their blood type and their antibodies and antigens. So there's no rejection on the part of the recipient for the donor's kidney. Now, what is now becoming more common is actually the paired kidney exchange program, which is otherwise known as the kidney swap, where, let's say, for example, the minimum paired kidney exchange program would be with a two-way paired exchange, which means that, for example, my donor and I are not perfectly matched in terms of blood type and all the other antigen and HLA tests and all that. But before I make it more complicated, I just simplify this. So because we're not a perfect match, okay, but he's still willing and now able to donate to me his extra kidney. So that means that we'll have to find another pair of a donor and a recipient who are not matched. However, though, my donor and the other recipient are matched, and then the other recipient's donor and I are matched, so we swap kidneys. Now, this method of transplant surgery is actually saving more lives, because the paired exchange program can be a two-way, a three-way, a four-way, a five-way, a six-way. So let's say, for example, there's a three-way paired kidney exchange program. So that means a donor is actually able to save 3 lives in total because of the paired exchange program or kidney swap. So the donor actually has more more lives to save, okay? And on the part of the recipient, like myself, the waiting is not as long as waiting for a perfectly matched donor. In my experience, I've been looking and searching for a donor technically for more than 3 years now, since I started dialysis, April 1st, 2015. And it's been tough because, number one, 2 factors. One is where I live. I live more in the south, which means that there's less donors who are healthy enough to donate. So that's one factor that can delay the time in finding a perfectly matched donor. The second one is that my blood type is quite rare. It's B plus, so I can only accept donation from somebody with O and B blood types. Now, it's not only the blood type that will be matched, it's also the antibodies and antigens. There's many other factors within the matching process that need to be met, the criteria that need to be met in order for a perfectly matched donor recipient kidney transplant to happen. Okay, so by doing whoever discovered or invented this paired kidney exchange program, I'm very thankful because I could be waiting much longer, and right now, if the wait for a deceased donor, somebody who dies and is willing to donate his kidney after he passes away or she passes away, the wait right now is at least 4 years to 7 years now, average of about 6 years, which is a long time, and sometimes people who are on dialysis get complications, get sick or get sicker, that they don't make it to 4, 5, or 6 years, and they die because of complications, because of other factors. Give you a perfect example. My uncle Willie from Detroit, Michigan, was on dialysis for 7 years, and he had complications and respiratory failure earlier this month, and he passed away, only after 7 years of dialysis. Now, some people survive dialysis much longer, some people much less. So it's a risk. So the better solution would be the paired exchange program. So I just wanted to share that with you, because you or somebody you know, or somebody who may be watching this, maybe you're curious about donation and saving lives, because it's rare to have that chance to save someone's life and be someone's hero. It is really rare. And from my research and from talking to people who have donated, they are very happy to have done it and very fulfilled, and in fact honored and privileged to be someone's hero by saving their lives. I feel very, very grateful to my donor, Chris, for really being so generous, altruistic, and kind and compassionate, that the moment he decided to donate, he searched for a possible recipient for his kidney, and he looked at different stories, did more research, and finally he decided to choose me, which I am very, very grateful for and happy about, because he chose me to be the recipient of his kidney. And and we're getting closer and closer to it. Just yesterday, I got a call from my living kidney transplant coordinator, Tammy, who is scheduling me for a heart or a cardiac consultation with a cardiologist to make sure that I am healthy enough to undergo surgery. Because my last cardiac consultation and cardiac test and stress test was almost a year ago, and they want to do it at least 6 months before surgery. So it's coming closer. My dream of getting a second chance at life is coming closer and getting closer and closer. So next week I'll see the cardiologist, and then the committee, the transplant committee at my transplant center, Methodist, will discuss our case, and then once they find at least one pair, maybe two pairs, to match with us, then we'll schedule the surgery. So I'm hoping it will happen in the next 30 to 60 days, at the most 90 days. I'm just hoping and praying. So I'd appreciate if you can also pray for us, that we find our paired exchange partners. And that would really be, that would be, man, a dream realized. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm now just getting ready for the surgery itself and getting myself toned up, and been working out, been exercising at least for 30 minutes to about an hour every day, just to get my body physically ready for the surgery, whenever that is going to happen. And also my donor Chris will be working out with me, and will be going on a health challenge of our own in terms of eating healthy, exercising, as soon as he comes back from his trip. He's traveling right now, and he'll be back next week. So that's really it that I want to share with you today, and that is the idea of saving more lives with living kidney paired exchange program. And San Antonio Methodist Transplant Hospital is actually the #1 hospital in the world who's doing the most successful and the most number of living kidney donation surgeries, especially the paired exchange. So if there's anybody here who knows someone who needs a kidney transplant, I'm highly recommending, of course, Methodist, because they've really been nice to us, and been very organized in terms of getting things started and getting things done as far as our pre-surgical testing process is done. And that is it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook. And I just wanted to share with you some thoughts for today, June 1st, 2018, on our way to the transplant surgery, which I'm hoping will be very, very soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye for now.